What's good, gamers? So today, as you can see, I don't have a camera. We're getting the leaks confirmed. You know, basically the rarities confirmed for a couple of cards that are coming to the game very soon. And I'd love to be using my camera, but I got really sick. So I'm also going to use this opportunity to say Happy New Year. Very late Happy New Year. I was really expecting to get better quicker. But yeah, I just spent the last week really sick, basically as soon as the year started. So not off to a great start, but anyway, that's enough about me. Let's just check out this notification here. Oh man. Okay. Well, there it goes. So if they show Fuwalos in here, that's gonna confirm, I suppose, that we're not getting an emergency ban list. Unfortunately, I was really hoping, maybe arguably coping that when they reveal Fuwalos, we would get an emergency hit on Max C. Unfortunately, that seems to not be the case. Let's check it out. But yeah, as we know, we're getting Ashen in here. We're getting Light and Darkness Dragon, and they are confirming Fuwalos here. They're not showing any pictures. Usually they show some pictures here to make it look nicer. That's a little lame. But so our confirmed URs are Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. That's the new fusion. Vados, the Dragon of Endless Darkness. This is the best card in Ashen, and honestly, Ashen is looking so terrible. It makes sense that Vados is the UR, but oh man, what a terrible archetype. It looks cool though. The artwork is very Dark Souls inspired. We did get this leaked, and now it's confirmed. So Varudras will be in the game. This card, some might say Varudras. I'm not exactly sure. This card is a rank 10 Omni Negate that Yubel will be playing, and I'll be showing you these cards in this video here. A couple of these. We are getting the new Drytron support, so Meteonis DA Draconids. I believe that's the new ritual monster, and we're also going to be getting a new Drytron monster that kind of machine locks the deck, so it stops the deck from doing like silly herald stuff. But I actually am a bit interested in trying this new Drytron stuff. I might try it out. And of course, we can see here the new Maxi. For those who don't already know, you probably should know about this at this point. But yeah, Fuwalos, the new Maxi, is going to be a UR, and seemingly we're not getting any type of emergency ban list. I do believe normally if they did one, they would do it at the same time as this is revealed. I might be wrong, but I'm starting to really push my copium if I start saying like, oh, who knows, maybe the day before it drops, we get an emergency list. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like at this point, it's probably pretty much confirmed. But if we want to take a look at a couple of these cards, I think one of the main ones to look at really would be like Fuwalos, for those who don't already know, even though you should. And more importantly, like Varudras, because this is going to be insane Yubel support. Keep in mind, Yubel and Spirit of Yubel are both level 10, so it's very easy to make a rank 10 Omni Negate now. Yubel, one of its weaknesses in this past Duelist Cup was the fact that it was very weak to board breakers, so that's going to make a huge difference. Let's go take a look at some of those cards. All right, and starting off here with, again, Varudras. So the artwork is really cool on this card. Final Bringer of the End Times. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can detach one material from this card, negate the activation. Then you can detach another material from this card and destroy one card on the field. So, I mean, oftentimes they'll probably just want to negate the activation, because you will probably be making this with just two materials, at least in Yubel. But there are definitely going to be scenarios where it comes up, and keep in mind, you can destroy any card on the field, so that's definitely some really strong flexibility, depending on the scenario. I can already think of a scenario like, I don't know, maybe against Tenpai, it might be worth it to negate Chandra in hand and pop the field spell or something like that. So there's definitely scenarios where this is going to be really good. Start of the damage step, if this card's attacks while it has a material, you can destroy a card on the field, so that's also really good pressure in its own right. And if this XC summon card is destroyed, you can destroy one card on the field. This one is kind of like overkill. Like, this is kind of insane. So not only can you play through board breakers better now with Yubel, but if they do break your board, you still get some removal out of it. This is definitely a really insane card. It's absolutely going to be a must play in Yubel. And keep in mind, Yubel full combo will be able to set this card up, plus a Phantom, plus the Unchained stuff. So that's going to be now an Omni Negate, a Monster Negate, and, the weird Unchained trap interruptions that they usually have, those shenanigans, plus like an SP, So definitely going to make it really hard to deal with Yubel, even harder. Yubel kind of underperformed in this last Duelist Cup, at least to what I or a lot of other people expected. So this is definitely going to change things a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Yubel become like a really, really high tier deck again, especially since Tenpai is kind of getting hit. But honestly, if they're not hitting Max C and they're releasing Fuwalos, I think Tenpai gets buffed. Even with like one Chundra, just the fact that they're going to have 6 copies of Max C, I'm pretty sure Tenpai is actually getting even better after this update. So that's not really something to look forward to, but you know, it is what it is. And since we're on the subject, I guess we might as well go take a look at Fuwalos. So I mean, a lot of you guys already know about this card, but just in case some of you aren't, basically each time your opponent specials a monster from the deck and or extra deck, immediately draw 1 card. This is a quick effect discard, but you do need to control no cards. So this means that going second, this card is really good, but going first, this card is really kind of dead, you know, because you kind of would need to pass on no monsters to be able to use this on opponent's turn. Alternatively, though, you could just shotgun it on your own turn and just think like, what if my opponent summons on turn 0? It does happen, but yeah, generally speaking, not a great card to draw on turn 1. But amazing on turn 2. It's basically a more balanced Max C, you know. They only get draws if you summon from deck or extra, so that means that you can kind of play around the Fuwalos by summoning from the graveyard or summoning from the hand, which is awesome, except for the fact that this is going to be in the game alongside Max C. So now you can expect Tenpai to get 2 draws on some of your summons, and only 1 when you summon from hand or grave, because they'll oftentimes will go Max C, and Max C will oftentimes draw them into Fuwalos, and they might just activate both and just have a great time. So yeah, kind of disgusting. They also have this end phase clause where if you control over 6 more cards than what your opponent controls in hand, you have to shuffle back cards into your deck until you control only 6 more cards than what your opponent controls. This effect just doesn't matter. I don't even think this really will come up much. Because like if you're going over +6, your opponent is already giving you too many draws and you're probably winning off of this card. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed, honestly. I was really excited when I saw this card for the first time because I genuinely thought Konami was trying to design a replacement for Max C. And now basically we're seeing it release in the game very shortly, in a couple of days, without any hits to Max C, which is very unfortunate. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know some people still like Max C, and some people also think this card is a little like Copium, like it's not going to be that good. I think it's undeniable this is going to be a 3 of in Tenpai, but I will be fair, if you're not playing Tenpai and they don't hit Max C, I don't think it's as likely that you play Fuwalos, honestly. I really don't think it's as likely. Now, I've heard some people say they still want to hit Max C, they just don't want to lose the UR, so they want to make you basically go back and make Fuwalos after the pack is over. So a lot of people think they're going to hit Max C after the Fuwalos pack ends. And if that's what happens, I'll take the trade, but I'm kind of doubting that at this point. Now I kind of think Konami just wants there to be 6 Max C, unfortunately. If we want to take a look really quick here at the Drytron support, I'm not even going to look at Ashen. It's not really worth your time. So yeah, this is like the new Drytron ritual monster. I believe it has a twice per turn effect. Yeah, it has a twice per turn monster negate. So that's really, really good. So quick effect, twice per turn monster negate. And then if it's destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon a ritual with 4,000 attack from your hand or deck. So that's most likely going to be one of these guys. Not sure which. I'm going to have to look into that a bit more deeply. But it is a good card. But then the best thing they got, really, so Drytron New 2, this is the other new Drytron card. Really cute name, by the way. It does lock you, unlike a lot of other ones. You cannot ritual summon monsters the turn you activate either of this card's effects except machine monsters. But it's such a good consistency card that I think it's like you have to run it. If a Drytron card is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this doesn't like require you to tribute anything to summon it or anything like that. It will just summon itself. It's a good extender. And then if this card is special summon, you can add a Drytron monster from deck to hand. So it's extremely great. Like, it's extremely helpful for the consistency of the deck. It's honestly such a strong extender and searcher for the deck that it's going to be a no-brainer. So it's really going to switch up the playstyle of Drytron in a significant way. And I think this card is actually going to be really good for the way the deck is played. Like, I actually think Drytron becomes a really cool deck after they get locked into only machine monsters. You know, they don't get to do the weird stuff where they skip your phases or just summon like 17 negates with the Herald. So I'm pretty cool with this. I kind of like it. I'm really okay with Drytron new 2 and the new direction for Drytron. It makes me kind of interested in even maybe picking up the deck. I'll check how much it would cost me, but if anything from this new box, I might try the new Drytron stuff. Do I think it's going to be crazy competitive? Probably not. Probably at best rogue, but still really, really interesting stuff. So I'm super down for that. Again, Ashen, I don't even want to look at Ashen. Ashen is just so bad. So bad. So that's about it, right? We have Fuwalos in this pack. We have the new Drytron stuff, and we have Varudras. That's about really all that's really relevant. Is this a skip pack? Kind of. I mean, you get a staple out of it with Varudras, which you're probably going to want, but you can just craft it if that's all you need from it. If you're a Drytron player, I think you'll need 1 or 2 of the Drytron ritual. I don't think you need more. I'm not even sure if you run 2. You might only not run 1, honestly. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I don't think you'll need many copies of this. So I don't think it's going to add too much to the cost of Drytron unless they make new 2 a UR. That would be really scummy, but I could definitely see them do that, making this card a UR. And that would be unfortunate, but you know, it is Konami we're talking about here. And then Ashen, just dismantle it. Overall, not looking like the best pack ever. And Fuwalos, I don't even know if you need it. I think Fuwalos, if you're planning on playing Tenpai, you're going to want your Fuwalos. And personally, I would recommend pulling for Fuwalos in case they ever hit Max C. But to recommend that is to suggest that they would eventually hit Max C, which I'm starting to believe more and more is truly as copium as people tell me. So yeah, I'm pretty dismayed about that. Pretty dismayed about that idea. But that's about it, right, for the new cards and stuff. Thank you guys for checking out the video. I hope you have a wonderful 2025. Sorry that I couldn't wish you Happy New Year earlier. I really wanted to. And yeah, all right. Peace.